So being autistic, sometimes life skills can be hard to get. When I was a kid, I definitely had a lack of understanding of the concept of money. And over the course of my life, I did gain a lot of tips, and a lot of people did work with me on that. And I developed good money management skills. So that's why I want to make this video, to help others who are struggling with managing their money. I do break up these videos into chapters, so if you go down the description, jump to whatever part you want, because some of this might be irrelevant or just common sense, but to others it might not be. And while you're down there, please give a like and subscribe. So a little bit of context of what I meant when I said I didn't understand the concept of money as a kid. I got two examples off the top of my head. There was this one time where my mom let me pay for the food we had delivered to the house. I handed the guy the money, gave me the food, and I said, "Keep the change," and I shut the door. And mom was like, "What happened to the change?" And I said, I told the guy he could keep it. And I was just mimicking social interactions I saw. I didn't pay attention to any of the money. And I ended up giving the guy like a $30 tip or something like that. And my mom had to go back and sort all that out. The second time is when I was at Disney World. My family took a trip there. My dad gave me and my siblings each a $100 bill. Again, my mom caught me doing something dumb with my money. I was trying to buy something that was $100. She's like, "Why are you doing that? That's such a waste." I said, "Well, I have a $100 bill. That means I can only buy something that's $100. Yeah, it was pretty clear at that point that I had zero concept of money. My mom had this big discussion with me of how money worked, and it was turned into an argument because I apparently thought I knew how it actually was. Since then, I've gained a lot of tips that I'm going to share with you, and some of this may be some common sense, some of it might not. Whenever I get paid, I put $200 into my debit card so I can spend on groceries or whatever I might be if I want to pick something up at a store. The rest I put to rent and bills. Whatever left over from that, I just put into my savings. There are times where I don't have any bills or rent, and so what I do with the extra money, I just again put it into my savings account. I just try to stack that as high as I can. If I have a job where I get paid bi-weekly, I give myself about the same amount of budget. I put more into my savings. So the more money I get, the more I put away. It's not the more you get, the more you spend. My second tip is set goals for yourself. So like, let's say there's something expensive you want, like maybe it's a new TV or you collect something or whatever. Instead of just gouging your bank account for something, build up to it, save up for it. Let's say your bank account is like $5,000, but there's something you want that's like $800. Don't just gouge out your savings account for that. Save up for overtime. Maybe have a safe in your house where you can put physical money in, or you could just pile up your savings account. Like, so let's say it's at like $5,000 and you get up to $6,000. You're okay living on $5,000. And there, you can spend that. It's more of a judgment thing, but just don't gouge your bank account for something nice. So one of my hobbies is playing guitar. It's my most expensive hobby, and I do have a few custom guitars lying around. I built one recently, and it cost me about $1,500 to put together. And I saved up for quite a while to get this thing custom made. So there's a company that makes parts for you, and they ship them to you. They don't build the whole guitar, and I put this thing together myself. It's got exotic woods, nice finish, some gold frets, and it's one of my favorites. It's a baritone, and like I said, it cost me about $1,500 altogether, but I saved up for this entire thing, and that's something you can do if you plan things out of like big purchases. So when it comes to credit cards, I only have one, and I only use that if I have the money to back it up. And 9 out of 10 times I'm using my credit card for gas. And that's actually a pretty good way to build up your credit score. So if you pay for the gas then 1 or 2 days later you pay off that little amount, it will add up and your credit score will look good. Instead of going from paycheck to paycheck and you got your 401k, another thing you can do is you can invest in stocks. Like if you go to an investment broker, they can help you out where to put your money. I did that a couple years ago, and I put $3,000 into an investment plan, and it's actually now almost $4,000. It would be more if we didn't have that crash at the beginning of the pandemic. If I started investing 10 years ago, if I put in like $3,000 then, I could have like almost $10,000 there now. And the thing with stocks though, it can go up and down. So if it goes down, you can buy more. If it goes up really high, you can sell and you can gain more money that way. It's more of playing the long game. It's not going to give you quick money here and there now, but in the future when you're older, you can have money there that you can fall back on. Another thing you can invest in is not only stocks, but precious metals like gold and silver. That's something I dabble in a little bit as well. Silver's a more affordable thing to invest in because, you know, gold's more expensive. So for 1 ounce of silver, it's going about just under $30 now. For an ounce of gold, it's like $2,000. So that's why I put my money in silver. Like stock markets, the value of gold and silver does go up and down too. So buy when it's low and sell when it's high. And when you sell is totally up to you. Just another avenue to look into, and I got links for this stuff all in the description. Some more tips I got is don't gamble. Don't gamble. A lot of people are going to be like, well, if you gamble, you can walk away with a lot of money. But the reality is you're most likely to lose a lot of money too. A lot of people go in gambling thinking they're just going to make a lot of money and buy something cool. But the reality is you're going to lose a lot when you gamble. And another trick I do is if I'm out shopping and I see something, I ask myself, do I really need that? If the answer is no, I don't buy it. That's all I got for today. Thank you for watching. If my voice sounded a little annoying, I've been having trouble talking. I've just been pushing myself too far, and it's just part of the, you know, the Asperger's thing, where, you know, you kind of just like have trouble speaking and articulating. This is my like 4th time trying to get this video done, and well, I just hope you got something from it. So I'll see you next time.